6 months after Pearl Harbor, the United States was still reeling from the shock of that December morning. Battleships lay damaged. The Pacific felt uncertain. Japan had expanded rapidly across Southeast Asia, capturing territory with speed and confidence. To many observers, the Japanese empire seemed unstoppable. But beneath the surface of that expansion, something critical was happening. American codebreakers were listening. In dimly lit rooms in Hawaii, naval intelligence officers worked tirelessly to intercept and decipher Japanese communications. One particular location kept appearing in coded transmissions, AF. American analysts believed AF referred to Midway Atoll, a tiny strip of land in the Central Pacific. To confirm the theory, American commanders sent a simple unencrypted message from Midway stating that the island's freshwater system had broken down. Shortly after, Japanese transmissions reported that AF is short on water. The trap was set. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, mastermind of Pearl Harbor, planned to lure the remaining American carriers into battle near Midway and destroy them. If successful, Japan would dominate the Pacific and force the United States into a defensive posture for years. But this time, America was ready. Admiral Chester Nimitz positioned 3 aircraft carriers, USS Enterprise, USS Hornet, and the hastily repaired USS Yorktown, northeast of Midway, hidden beyond Japanese reconnaissance range. On June 4, 1942, the battle began. Japanese aircraft launched at dawn, striking Midway Island. Bombs fell across runways and installations. Smoke rose once again over the Pacific. But unlike Pearl Harbor, this was no surprise. American aircraft were already in the air. Torpedo squadrons launched from American carriers and flew directly into overwhelming Japanese defenses. One by one, they were shot down by Zero fighters and anti-aircraft fire. Entire squadrons were wiped out. Their sacrifice, however, was not in vain. As Japanese fighters descended to low altitude to eliminate the torpedo threat, American dive bombers approached undetected from above. At approximately 10:22 a.m., in a matter of minutes that would change the war, American dive bombers attacked the Japanese carrier fleet. Bombs struck the carriers Akagi, Kaga, and Soryu. Fuel lines ignited. Armed aircraft on decks exploded. Fire spread uncontrollably. Within minutes, 3 of Japan's 4 frontline carriers were fatally crippled. Later that afternoon, the 4th carrier, Hiryu, launched a counterattack that severely damaged the USS Yorktown. But American aircraft struck back again, setting Hiryu ablaze. By the end of the day, all 4 Japanese carriers were doomed. The same type of ships that had launched the attack on Pearl Harbor were now sinking beneath the Pacific. Japan lost over 3,000 men, hundreds of experienced pilots, and 4 irreplaceable carriers. The United States lost 1 carrier, the USS Yorktown, and many brave aviators. But the balance of power had shifted. Midway was not just a victory. It was a turning point. Japan's naval air power had been gutted. Its ability to launch large-scale offensive operations was permanently weakened. The momentum that had followed Pearl Harbor was gone. For the first time since December 7th, the Pacific felt different. Confidence began to return. Within months, American forces went on the offensive at Guadalcanal. Island by island, the United States advanced across the Pacific in a campaign that would eventually bring the war to Japan's doorstep. The courage displayed at Midway was extraordinary. Pilots flew into overwhelming fire knowing survival was unlikely. Many never returned. Yet their sacrifice created the opportunity for the decisive strike from above. Midway proved something critical. America could adapt. America could outthink. America could strike back. Pearl Harbor had been a blow. Midway was the answer. And from that day forward, the tide of war in the Pacific began to turn, steadily, relentlessly, in favor of the United States. The Battle of Midway did not end the war, but it ensured that Japan would never again dictate its direction. 6 months after being attacked without warning, the United States delivered a response that reshaped the Pacific. From shock came strategy. From loss came learning. From learning came victory. Midway was the moment the tide turned. and America never looked back.